In the early 1900s, millions of immigrants set sail in search of a new opportunity and a better life on their journey to America. One unique group of German descent chose their new starting point in the vast prairies of western North Dakota. Over the next century, this culture made history on the battlefields, in the farm fields, and recently in the oil fields.
I remember as a young child sitting at the dinner table on Sunday afternoon with the family and with my grandparents, and they would tell us these stories about what happened when they were kids, when they first came over. And it was really amazing to listen to how they would flip the wagons over and survive the winter, and then they graduated to a sod hut with dirt floors. And if you think about what they endured, it's pretty amazing, the culture that they've created out there and what's been achieved in West and Southwest North Dakota today.
The entrepreneur spirit ran deep in this culture. Soon communities began to form, shaping a barren landscape into one of the top wheat and cattle producers in the entire region. What began as a mission to survive on their own soon led to providing food not only for America, but for countries around the world.
If you've ever been to western North Dakota, you'll realize that the soil quality is very poor. And in order for the communities to survive, they needed food. So naturally, they moved towards farming. Their natural instincts and their ability to solve problems and the engineering mentality, if you will, of an entrepreneur allowed them to not only feed the community, but build a structure and an infrastructure that would end up feeding the United States and the rest of the world. It's truly amazing what they accomplished.
The attack on Pearl Harbor marks its place in history and ignites a patriotic instinct. This single event would inspire generations of men and women to put everything on the line for their country. With continued global expansion, America now faces one of its largest security challenges to date, which revolves around energy independence. The solution can be found deep under the North Dakota prairies.
The second generation of families had great success with their farming and with their businesses. And then Pearl Harbor happened and World War II kicked in. The natural instinct to protect what they had built was amazing. Everybody stood up and, made the call for duty. My wife's father is a World War II veteran and hero. He participated in many of the events and battles that are written in history. And that continues today. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I served during a time when there was problems in the Middle East and there was the Iranian hostage crisis. And even more recently, my son as a combat Marine served in Iraq. So that natural patriotism and the will to give whatever it takes to make sure that we maintain freedom in America, I don't think that'll ever go away.
In the early 21st century, a breakthrough came in the energy industry with the introduction of horizontal drilling. Seemingly overnight, the Bakken Formation in North Dakota is becoming one of the largest energy resources in American history. The Bakken is only one of many shale layers in the Williston Basin that have yet to be fully explored.
The solution to becoming energy independent lies directly beneath those same farmlands that our ancestors settled. This newfound energy resource is far bigger than what anyone ever expected, and with new techniques and new technologies, safe environmentally friendly practices, that energy resource can take us completely off of foreign dependence of oil or anything else and truly improve our economy. And there's no question that it's something that we need to do sooner rather than later. The issues that the film will be touching on are things like immigration, how it's worked in the past, how immigrants have become successful and achieved the American dream. It'll touch on our military, how we as patriots have stood up and protected this country. The film will touch on economic issues from the jobs in our economy. It will touch on the demand for energy worldwide. It'll touch on our energy needs and our need from a country's security standpoint to become independent on foreign oil. And these hot button issues aren't leaning either to the left or to the right, but really dealing with issues and talking about problem-solving solutions.